Hello and welcome back to another episode of Northwest Trenches Podcast, episode 21. Today we have a special guest, Logan, here with us in this nice little call. We are not having face cams on today because it's been a bit of a busy ruckus.
Yeah, we won't say exactly why. We're not going to disseminate that information.
It's my fault. I don't have
immediate. It's my bad.
I'm not embarrassed about it.
Hey,
God,
you know,
I don't have a webcam.
It's better to be honest because honesty breeds integrity, unlike the entirety of the runtime for this podcast. So, I think it really fits the vibe, you know.
Yeah,
we
not
don't
every
prepare
pod
anything
can be
for this
truthful
show
all the time. Like,
I lie all the time on here. I spread misinformation like I'm paid by the hour to do so.
You are paid by the hour to do so.
It reminds me of Bobby Lee spinning a bunch of stories together and then being a menace for like an hour every episode.
Dude, I'm the redhead that he does. What's his show? Bad Friends or something? Yeah. I'm the redhead on there. Like racially, I have to be him. Like who's gonna be Bobby Lee here? Like who's Chinese enough to be Bobby Lee?
I don't know if we have many friends in that realm.
I can't be Chinese without sounding super racist. So
that is true.
I'm gonna have to be out for that.
I've done an Asian voice on this show before. It's all good.
Yeah,
I mean it's super funny.
Just not for too long. If it's too long, I'll probably cut it out here. So
just little bursts of racism. I got you.
Well, you know, last week we continue our skyrocket that probably will fall apart this week, but we don't know yet.
Knock on wood, boys.
On the podcast. Last week we had 360 viewers on YouTube.com.
Oh, way.
Yeah, special thanks to those people. I'm hoping some of them were carryover viewers from the episode before that where we got... How much did we get? Like 200-something views on that?
237 or somewhere in there.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're watching this and you like the previous 2 episodes or whatever. Thanks for being here with us. It's much appreciated.
Especially since we just dick around for an hour. That's all we do in this occasion.
Come on, we talk about current events, right?
We cover some current events. Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, there's the Donald Trump got accused of being in court, and then they came out and they're like, "You are guilty on 36 counts of being," and it just pissed everyone off. Like it even pissed me off.
Well, it's funny because I brought it up in one of the chats in here, and no one replied to it. They just completely glazed over it, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna join the other conversation."
Which server did you post that in?
That was the cook. I'm having a stroke here.
Oh yeah,
the cookbook.
No, I deliberately didn't want to talk about that because it just wasn't. It wasn't going to go well. It was not.
It
was.
I brought it up and then I was like, I have not been keeping track of this. I do not want to talk about it. I just know it happened. And then Ben was like, there's some weird music quirks in these stores I work at.
Yeah, I was like, thank God. Bring that up. Don't. I do not want to talk about politics on Discord. I feel like, I've done some very down and dirty, up that I regret to this day. Arguing on Discord is arguing politics on Discord is top of the fucking line of regrets I have. It's just a waste of time.
I learned that a super long time ago. Because that's... I was talking to Shane the other day about this, actually, and I was basically just like, I try to be peaceful and polite. I won't really spark any debates unless I'm very passionate and disgustingly educated about the topic. So you'll never really see me getting into any spats like that. But I did tell Shane, if anything related to firearms or transgenders ever pops up, please at me and drop me in there like a fucking airstrike.
Okay.
So
Yeah, for me personally, guns are the only thing that I'll say that I have like just I don't care opinions on. Like I don't know, like people are like, "Oh, you should be able to have a fully automatic firearm." And I'm like, "Well, you aren't a very fun individual to talk to, I can tell." So yeah, no, but other than guns, like I don't know, I'm pretty I can be convinced of other shit to some extent.
Well, I'm mostly just like concerned about my own well-being. I've never held a
Yeah.
weapon of that caliber or anything, so
You live
I'm
in
always
Florida,
like,
right?
no.
Am I allowed to say that?
Tennessee.
It is. I'm not a Florida man. I am a
Okay.
Tennessee man.
Well, that's even better, I think, because
Yeah.
Florida, if I remember correctly, actually doesn't have like the most free gun laws. They're kind of strict on some stuff, which
Yeah.
is rather upsetting.
Even though you can have a pet alligator, so I guess it works out.
Hey, listen, if that pet alligator is nice, like you guys heard of Wally, the emotional sport alligator?
Yeah, I that sounds familiar to me.
Did you know he went missing?
Oh no.
He's
Doing
missing.
what? Did he fucking go on a bender with coke and hookers or something? What the fuck? How does an alligator go fucking missing?
That would have been awesome.
Is it like that cheetah or tiger or whatever that left the Toledo Zoo?
No, the story is much more retarded than that. Unfortunately, a stupid, dumbass, influencer. It's always influencers that cause all the problems in the world.
Is that how Harambe passed away?
Probably.
No, Harambe died because some,
gun
irresponsible parent. Well, actually,
from
yes.
Gun violence.
It is a mix of gun violence and.
If I really look inward and I think about Harambe, maybe we should have more control over these guns.
You confiscate all of them. The fucking gorilla died. Everybody, get rid of all of them.
Harambe
we need to
did
do
nothing
what Australia
wrong
did.
besides maybe push that little kid around a little too hard.
No, he didn't. But circling back to Harambe and then more back to the alligator. No, irresponsible parent that probably just handed their kid an iPad. Wasn't paying attention, and the child fell into the pit. Harambe was actually being very sweet to the child, from what I've heard on reports. And then the mom Karen'd out and then demanded the gorilla be shot. And
hey, allegedly. I mean, we don't want to get sued here,
yeah.
okay? Dude, the gorilla's family. I've talked to the gorilla's family. The gorilla's family is not happy about people spreading misinformation and fake news about the gorilla. You can't.
I mean,
Harambe was a great man.
Mother, and having to deal with this every day. Every day, other gorillas walking up to her, accusing her son of being a child molester.
Jesus.
Other gorillas.
But anywho, so reports allege that Harambe was very gentle with the child, and they basically shot him for no reason. Which, story of my fucking life, right there. A influencer, because of course an influencer is causing all the problems in the world right now. I bet we could probably link something an influencer did to the Palestine versus Israel conflicts going on right
Columbine.
now. Ooh. Yeah, that too. Probably something to do with Ukraine and Russia. But so an influencer, I guess, was doing a funny IRL YOLO prank and decided to take Wally out of his yard because Wally was just chilling in his crib, minding his own goddamn alligator business. So this dude grabs Wally and as a prank decides to go and throw him in someone else's yard. All right?
Throw him? Like he picked him up over his head and fucking was like, "Ah!" and tossed his ass 20 feet.
I guess.
That's awesome.
It's super funny prank putting a deadly animal in someone's yard when, they could have small kids or
That
animals.
is pretty insane. I didn't think about the fact that it's an alligator being thrown in someone else's yard.
I mean, listen, I'm pretty cool and based, so alligators don't really bother me, but, I mean, I think your average person would be quite upset or disturbed to find an alligator in their yard. You know.
Yeah,
I could beat the shit out of an alligator.
Which,
like,
well, I feel like I could too, because I understand. Like alligators are actually kind of pussies. So
Are
like
they?
they don't really. Yeah, they are. They don't.
In reality, I'm afraid of those motherfuckers. If I'm being completely straight, fuck alligators.
I'm
Them
being
things scare me.
completely straight. As long as you're not an idiot about it, I don't think you really have much to worry about. Just because like they're very skittish. Like they're kind of like the black bears of the crocodilian world, where they don't really understand that they're alligators.
So I can't wait for the companion in Grand Theft Auto 6, which is just a full-grown alligator, and you can
I hope
summon
the fuck
him
that's a companion.
anywhere.
That'd be
so
awesome.
sick.
But so anyway, hilarious prank about putting deadly animals in strangers' yards. So the woman that lived there, or the family that lived there, I don't know if it was the mother or whatever, but the residents of the property obviously had a problem with a random alligator being in the yard because, you know, despite Wally's incredible personality, he's not exactly identifiable as Wally the emotional support alligator.
He's a fucking alligator.
No, dude, have you like watched
Can you
videos on
imagine
him though?
with a bow tie
No.
on him and a little
Dude, he's like
pair of nerd
super
glasses?
docile. He's actually domesticated.
Damn dog, you're
Like,
Wally build.
He was a registered emotional support animal.
Sex offender.
Whoa.
No, Wally would never. Don't you keep Wally's name out your goddamn mouth, Shane. I didn't come on this podcast to slander my boy. Anyway, he was a registered emotional support animal. And there's like tons of documented instances of him like going out, going to like events and stuff. Like children handle him, strangers handle him. He never bites or lashes out, like ever.
That's good. That's good.
And yeah, it was great. So the residents of this house called animal control. The animal control guy picked Wally up and then dumped him in a swamp.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. They didn't have a collar on him? What the fuck?
I mean, no. I
didn't even strap bro
I
to a
suppose
tree.
if he did
could
have
have
a collar.
strapped bro to a tree at least.
Yeah, they didn't put him on his runner.
They didn't put him in the pound. Like they didn't do the
Can you
fucking.
imagine
like,
walking through a dog pound and there's just a like 300-pound alligator staring at
Dude,
you?
Wally had that dog in him. I don't know what you're talking about.
He did have that dog in him. He like legit. He acted like more like a dog than an alligator.
That's awesome.
He ate Cheetos for God's sake.
What the fuck?
He loved Cheetos.
Dude, he'd probably fucking kill Chester Cheetah.
True.
Like,
I
Chester
bet he
Cheetah's a
would.
fucking pussy, and
Chester
Wally
Cheetah's
comes
like-
by,
his
fucking
natural
bites his
prey.
head off.
Wouldn't you though if you came across Chester Cheetah in like the wild?
I'd be fucking terrified, dude. A fucked up cartoon caricature of a fucking cheetah. He's colored orange. He's
Like-
bipedal, and I see him in the middle of the woods. I'm getting the fuck out of there. Fuck
Wearing
that
glasses.
shit.
No,
Yeah,
just
he has
imagine,
sunglasses.
Like, imagine like you're in the African bush, right, and you're hunting like big cats, and you come across Chester Cheetah. I'd put him down.
Oh,
There's no shot he's walking away from
that
me.
boy. That
It's a
boy loved
darn-
that African bush, man. That boy, he loved that shit, man.
No, he don't.
It's a darn shame I'm switching it up a little here. But the Black Ops 6 trailer is going to be this weekend. What
I
are
saw
you
that
guys
they have Bill
expecting
Clinton in
about
it. They have fucking Bill Clinton in it. I hope I get to kill Bill Clinton, and I hope there's a secret mission in the game where I get to have sex with Monica Lewinsky, and then it gets framed to be Bill Clinton, and it's like the game story is like Alex Mason or whatever. Is that what Mason's name is? Alex Mason.
Yeah, there's Alex Mason, and then there's a kid that you play as in the other Black Ops 2.
The story is like that the OG Mason fucked Monica Lewinsky.
Ooh.
And then he
Ooh.
blames it on Bill Clinton, kind of like how Alex Mason
okay.
allegedly did the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah,
So he has more like kind of stuff going on with like mainstream politics. That's what I would love to see.
I would
the new
also
Black
like
Ops.
to see him throw a throwing axe into Margaret Thatcher's skull for no reason.
That would be so awesome.
Just fucking.
Oh, dude, if we get to
through
kill
the
Margaret
air.
Thatcher in that game, it's game of the year immediately. Best
I want
game
to
ever.
play Black Ops where like it's completely
Yeah.
historical fiction, and we're literally just accosting Britain like the entire game. Like
We
we're
run
in
into
Britain.
Winston Churchill and we like push him over
it'd be
in his
so
chair.
Yeah, his fat little, his fat round little body. Just push him out of his chair.
We run into the Queen and we just like push her
I'm
into
on
a
the floor
closet
now.
and run away.
Oh, I'm on the. It appears I've fallen on the floor.
It appears as I continue, I
You know,
am
Margaret-
now on the floor. What's up, Shane?
You know, Margaret Thatcher kind of has the same vibes as that one like Nazi lady from Wolfenstein New Order, I think it is. I don't know. She gets like
lady.
her fucking face beaten in by a giant robot.
Hmm.
Yeah, she has the same kind of energy that Margaret Thatcher does, and Hillary Clinton too.
Hmm.
That's
While
what
we're
I
on
think.
the-
That's my hot take.
While we're on the topic of video games, real quick, it's so sad what they did to the Wolfenstein series, man.
Yeah.
That
Wolfenstein
series-
New Order was pretty damn good, and then New Colossus fell off a cliff.
I don't even think it was New Colossus that did it. I think it was the fucking
Were they
third
bad
one.
or something? Like what?
So the first one was awesome.
Hmm.
All right, the first one I think came out around the same time as Doom 2016, either a little before or a little after. And Doom 2016 was awesome. You know, not as good as Doom Eternal, obviously, but it was a good game. So Wolfenstein had like the story going for it. The gameplay was amazing. You know, the settings you were going to were really cool. Whatever. Wolfenstein New Colossus, the second one, definitely fell off narratively, but I'd say gameplay wise it was an improvement. Just because they added
Was that
a
the
bunch
one
of
that had
stuff.
fucking? Was that the one that had fucking Jimi Hendrix in it or some shit?
Oh, I don't remember.
Order.
One of them has Jimi Hendrix.
New Order does. There's a parody Jimi Hendrix guy in New Order. I watched a video recently
Okay, that's what I'm thinking
about
of.
this situation.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool
Yeah, it's
because I like me.
it's a parody type of guy, but it's pretty
I
cool.
like me some
Oh wait, I
Hendrix.
played the new. Okay, all right. I played the New Order. Yes, Jimi Hendrix is in. I had to look at the
That's
cover
crazy.
of the game to remember which one it was.
Because I never knew that, so I'm gonna have to play. I haven't wanted to play those games again, just because they were good and I do miss them. But then, unfortunately, the third game was released, and instead of the protagonist we've had this entire time, I can't remember if he
Blazkowicz.
dies at the end or if he just gets written out. But no, his daughters. Two of
Oh
them
yeah, they do that
Oh
shit.
wow!
decide to take over, and it just super sucked.
It's kind of like
because-
how Dishonored 2 had that spin-off after the fact, and it was you playing as a
Hey,
lady
it's like-
the whole time.
It's like fucking
so
South Park
random.
says, put a chick in it and make it gay.
That's exactly what happened.
Ugh.
That's exactly
Oof.
what happened. South Park is
tough.
so real.
Not for real though.
Yeah, no, it got all fucking, leftified and fucking. We gotta have powerful women in stories because, God forbid, we just write a story that actually involves a powerful woman. No, we gotta shoehorn it in.
Well, the thing is Wolfenstein is a.
Sorry,
Go
you can
ahead,
go
Ulterior.
first. Yours is on topic, mine's a different.
Okay, all right. So it's already a fucking game about killing Nazis.
Right.
Why the fuck do you have to make it more woke?
Yeah, that is
Like, I'm not even a
strange.
guy. I don't even fucking like rail against like, oh, female protagonists, because some of those movies are pretty fucking good. Like there's fuck, what's that movie? X. I
Wow,
think
Shane,
it's called.
you just don't know movies off the top of your head with strong female actors?
Well,
Yeah, that's why we're not averaging 3 million
Yeah,
views.
yeah. Well, speaking of
fuck.
the over leftification, I guess is the proper term. Maybe I don't fucking know.
It is
But
the proper term.
but Marvel is that way. They have replaced like
I
half of their superheroes with lady superheroes that are poorly written, and they don't really make sense in what they're doing throughout every show or movie they put out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the movie I'm thinking of is called X. There is a movie that works as a prequel. I don't fucking remember what that name's called, but if people are aware of X and that whole trilogy of horror movies, then they'll know that there is a second movie that is a prequel, and then they're coming out with the third one. That does like the strong female protagonist thing really well, and I really like it. Like, I'm not sitting here saying like, oh man, if they put girls in the movie, it's fucking gay.
Yeah.
Right.
But, like,
no, dude, there are
like,
so
it's a game
many...
about killing Nazis.
Yeah.
That's about as woke as it fucking gets nowadays.
Yeah, seriously.
That's why I was disappointed with Deathloop. Deathloop, they just hired the voice
that was like
actors
Black
from
People
The Walking
Dishonored.
Dead, and then they did nothing with it. They hired
hilarious.
Lee and Clementine from The Walking Dead, and then did jack shit with the characters. It's like the most poorly written crap I've ever seen in a game.
Yeah, I never played Deathloop just because it didn't.
I thought it looked kind of cool. And then I saw something that was like, oh, this game is gay, don't play it. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not going to play it anymore because one guy online said so.
Yeah, that's valid. But no, there's like tons of examples of like even mainstream media that have just good, strong female leads. Like Furiosa just came out.
Mm-hmm.
And that movie, I thought that movie was going to suck. It's been getting really good reviews.
Is that like the Mad Max movie?
Yeah.
It is.
Do you count It Follows as a lady-led movie?
I haven't seen it.
I would say yes.
Really?
Because I really liked It Follows. I thought It Follows
it's like a
had
horror
good
thriller.
Script.
Okay, because I'm gonna be real. I don't really count any horror movie as being like a good, like a credited award-winning film. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
There's only like I could count on one hand the amount of horror flicks I would legitimately think deserve some sort of accolades.
Well,
for
something that disappointed me is that there was a movie in like 2022 that came out that was like one of the nominees for the Best Pictures Oscar, and it was called Women Talking. The entire movie, they are in one room talking to each other for an hour and a half.
Dude, they just ulterior. They just made us girls and they made a movie out of it.
I guess so. It was the most bland thing though, because it'd be like, did you see Vanessa 12 talk to Vanessa 3? Isn't that crazy? And then they cut to it.
This is exactly why I don't watch. Like, I don't give like the Oscars or like Emmys like any credibility, because it's not even about art or like how good you did anymore. It's just about, well, this is all like very political woke. Let's put the Velma show up for like best story. Like,
even though I love Black Panther, such a good movie.
I love Black Panther.
The issue is that they overpushed it. They overpushed the hell out of Black Panther. There's no reason it should have been Picture of the Year nominee ever, but they put it there.
Weren't people fucking saying like Wakanda Forever during like the George Floyd riots or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Like people can like protest and riot over what they want. Don't really care about that. But like saying like Wakanda Forever, like a corporate created fucking, word, like why the fuck is Marvel getting involved with this shit? And more so, why are the viewers Disney. Of like Marvel, like Disney and like Marvel movies and shit, why are you parroting some fucking corporate fucking bullshit? Like, be a little more original.
You say that Disney is being woke, but they underwrite Finn from the Star Wars sequel movies. They just completely undercut him and the Asian lady from the second one.
Okay.
At the same time, those movies are literally a joke and not canon, and if anyone gives any credibility to those movies, they're stupid idiots. And while I'm on the topic of just pissing off Star Wars fans, Star Wars in general is a super shitty franchise that is not good. It has never been good. It's been mid at best.
Well,
I mean, Star Wars is kind of for nerds. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I like.
It's not even.
I think after
for nerds.
Phantom Menace, they made
No,
too
it's
many
absolutely
movies.
for nerds.
They should have stopped
it's not even-
before Phantom
it is.
Menace.
They should have just stopped.
Yeah.
It's
I
fine that
like
it's for
5
nerds. I
and
don't care about
6,
that.
but they should have just been a trilogy. There shouldn't have been like 6 more of these.
Yeah.
Well, no, people like the prequels now. I will argue
yeah.
against that. People
That
like the
is
prequels
true.
now because they had the latter 3 movies that came out within the past 10 years, and they fucking suck.
Oh yeah,
And then
that is the
people-
thing that keeps happening. That's a trend. Like
Yes,
when the
I-
first
like-
prequel came out, they were like, fuck that thing," and then when the
Yeah.
first sequel came out, they were like, it's just a parody of the 4th movie. Fuck that thing.
I've rewatched the prequels within the past like 2 years.
That is
I
weird.
thought they were pretty good. I'll say it. I don't care. This is my hamburger hill, and I will die from the fucking Viet Cong on it at any given time. I think the prequels are fucking good. Okay.
So here's my take on that. So I think the original trilogy is very outdated by this point.
Yeah.
We all know. I mean, that's obvious. They came out in like the 70s. I
Yeah,
don't
late
enjoy
70s,
watching.
early 80s.
Like even from like a narrative standpoint, I don't enjoy them.
Yeah.
I understand that they were pretty incredible for the time that they came out. I don't like them. I'm not saying they're bad movies. They're not for me. The prequels, while being objectively bad movies, I still have a very good time watching them because they're funny as
They're
shit.
fun.
I
They're fun
really
to
Jar
watch.
Jar
like,
Binks is the best character that's
ooh,
ever been written
ooh.
in all of cinema.
I really
Well, the
like,
lightsaber fight. Actually, go ahead,
I
Altair.
really
I'm sorry.
like Obi-Wan's character in the prequels.
Obi-Wan
Yes.
I
is awesome.
will.
Yeah.
I will agree with everybody on that. Obi-Wan
Yeah.
is like the through line best character in the
He's
prequels.
great.
The lightsaber fights are fucking phenomenal. Like,
Yeah, I don't
literally-
know why they decided for the prequels to just crank up the choreography to 11, but I'm so glad they did.
Dude, it's amazing. Like the
It's
Count
better
Dooku
than
versus
Old
Anakin
Man
and Obi-Wan
Schmoestick.
fight
Yeah,
is like one of the best. One of the best
And-
fights
and
in
I
the
love
whole
it.
fucking
I love it
series.
too because like it sets a standard now. Like that's the bar,
Hmm.
and no Star Wars property has hit that bar since then. They just don't care as much.
The
And
only
everyone
one
complains
that had
about it.
any substance was Rogue One, in my opinion. I really liked Rogue One.
That's not
liked
even a
Rogue
main
One,
trilogy
too.
movie, is it?
No, it's not.
It's
It's
a prequel,
it's like a side
technically.
story.
It's a
Yeah.
prequel.
Yeah.
to
Well, that one
everything.
has Gustavo Fring or whatever in it, doesn't it?
I'm not
Yes.
sure.
No. That's
I'm not sure.
Mandalorian. So
never
Mandalorian
mind.
is one of the few exceptions of very good Star Wars media, and that's even debated now because like the later seasons, people say the later seasons suck. I still like them.
All right,
still think
Logan, I'm gonna flip it on your head real quick. How
right.
are you looking at Star Trek, the other
I
Star franchise?
Don't even care about it.
Star
I
Trek
have
is gay.
literally- yeah, I have
It's
literally
gay and for
never.
nerds.
I've literally never ever consumed any amount of Star Trek media, nor do I know anything about Star Trek.
None at all.
None.
You
I've
don't
I've
know
seen a
who
few
Kirk
episodes.
is?
There's Spock. There's Captain.
Kirk.
Whatever.
Kirk.
Yeah, sure.
There's
there's
Jean-Luc Picard.
the Klingons. There's Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
That's it. That's all I know.
Have you guys heard of that fucking fag who is like, I'm gonna fucking teach. I just had a baby. I'm gonna fucking teach him Klingon. That's gonna be his first language. Have you guys
That's
ever heard of this?
awful. That's
It's
so
real.
bad.
It's so real.
No.
And I guess he was
So-
teaching his son Klingon. And I
Ugh.
guess his son, they're like teaching him English alongside of it, and it was like fucking up his English or something, and like making him sound like a dumbass. So they just stopped teaching him Klingon after a while, so he
Damn.
wouldn't get bullied by people like me.
That's amazing. We should really just bring back bullying, like not the shoving a
Oh,
yeah,
fruit
we
stick
need
up
it.
someone's ass bullying.
I
but
feel
just
like we are coming back into that situation where
good.
we can
should just
openly
tell
bully
people they're
people.
being weird and awful. Like
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
just being straight about it. Like, bro, you're being cringe.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like my boss.
Like I said,
my boss.
we shouldn't bring back the kind of bullying that's like sticking a broomstick up someone's ass.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we
that's
should
just
bring back
rape.
the kind of
It should
bullying
just
where
be
it's like,
verbal.
you're fucking awful and stupid and I hate you.
Should
Yeah,
just be
robbing kids for
verbal.
their lunch money too. Like,
Yeah,
we can
Pretty
bring
just
that
roughing
back.
someone up.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it,
you
like
know, I was technically a victim of that kind of bullying when I was in elementary school. A kid
Getting your
lunch money
trying to
stolen?
steal my book bag. A kid kept on
Really?
trying to steal my book bag like every single day I was on the bus. Terrible
You know,
time.
I'll say it right now. I was bullied throughout school. It made me a better person. I'm not into fucking cringy shit. I'm not like going around saying
Hard
dumbass
times create
stuff.
strong
You're
men.
not going
okay?
Yes.
skibbity skibbity in the background.
Yeah, I'm not like complaining about like first world problems on Twitter, acting like it's the end of the world. Like I feel like I'm generally doing pretty good for myself, like personality wise,
Yeah.
because of the fact I got bullied. Like I wouldn't sit there and thank my bullies, like, oh, thank
Yeah,
thank
you're not
God
doing a
you
dream.
yeah, oh, thank God you called me a faggot in 6th grade. Oh my God, like I'm not doing shit like that, but like
Yeah,
No,
you're not
I-
doing a
it
dream.
did me some good.
That's so
I
good.
absolutely agree. Because, like, so I've always been more of a one-on-one guy. Because, I don't know, I just don't really, like, when I'm in a big group of people that I don't know.
Yeah, you're
It's
talking
a
about
little
gay
awkward.
sex, correct? You're talking about gay
yeah.
sex.
Gay
Yeah.
sex always comes up in these conversations. Quit looking at me like that, Mary!
Poor Mary. I'll cut that
Oh
out.
God, the
I'll
white
cut
dude.
that out
Yeah,
for you.
way to put her in line.
Jesus.
Good job.
Yeah, I'll
Beast!
cut this whole.
Beast!
Face.
I'm cutting this whole little
Don't
bit
cut
out.
it
I
out.
don't
No,
want
don't
you
cut
to
it.
be
This is
in
funny.
trouble
This is
here.
funny.
My wife,
No,
if anything,
it's funny.
Mary wears the pants. She's
Mm.
like in law school. She's gonna be making way more money than I am.
Dude,
Yeah, she's the top G around these parts.
She is.
does she remind
the-
you of
she's my pimp.
famous man Saul Goodman? Does she remind you of Saul Goodman ever?
Dude, you're getting married to Saul Goodman. I
she's
never
more
thought about
like-
that.
So impressive.
She's more like Kim. She's
Mm.
definitely not a Saul Goodman.
Oh, that's
I'll tell you
fucking
Flippin'
sick.
Mary.
Why are you looking at me like that's a bad thing?
Flippin' Mary.
I love how she's just pissed at you now.
Kim is the good one, Mary.
She's so mad at you
Anyway,
now.
She wants to be
That's
Saul so
awesome.
bad.
Listen though. So, like I said, I used to have like a really tough time in crowds, whatever.
Yeah.
And I would always like try to be extra and like be the cool, funny guy that like just got along with everyone.
Oh,
like,
that
yeah,
was
guys, look at
me
me. I'm part of the
For a
group.
while,
No!
too.
That is social suicide.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do that. You know what I learned? And I learned this the hard way because I got shunned out of every group that I tried doing this shit in. I learned that if you're in a situation like that, shut the fuck up. Just shut up, sit back, observe, just be in the background for like a few hangouts, you know?
Yeah.
If the opportunity arises to like say something funny that everyone can get along with, because like my problem was there'd be this like established like group lore that I would try to be like, yeah, I know what's up. Haha. No,
Oh,
the fuck you
that's-
don't.
Honestly,
No, you don't.
honestly,
That's
that is how I
actually real.
feel
Yeah.
with you guys all the time. I feel like I've missed out on like 3 years worth of lore shit because I was
you kinda
booted
did,
out of the
'cause you-
server.
I mean, you self-booted yourself, but I'm not
Well,
gonna say
I
a
did
point.
not self-boot myself, Logan. It was
thought
a
you
mix
did.
of Jake and No Ranks cutting my shit out.
Oh, yeah. Those two.
You gotta remember though, Altair, like we between you and I, we have our own fucking lore
True.
that they're not a part of.
Yeah, they didn't see us when
Damn
we met
straight.
up when you were performing over here.
Yeah, you remember when we were griefing 12-year-olds and calling them gay
Fuck
on
yeah,
GTA
dude.
5 online?
Fuck yeah,
Oh,
dude.
they don't know nothing
They
about
don't
that.
know us playing Black Ops 2 for 16 hours straight with Clay and Cody and Zach every
That was
other
back
day.
when you could say the N-word on the mic and you wouldn't get banned. The
Real.
glory days.
The real. Oh, man.
See that? I didn't know nothing about any of that, and I just sat here and I shut the fuck up.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
for me and Logan, it's like I've only known the guy technically for like 2 years. in comparison to me and Shane knowing each other for like 10. So
Yeah, it is. It has been 10 years, hasn't it? Holy shit! This December it'll be 10 years.
Yeah, we're getting there, feller.
10 years of whispering sweet nothings into each other's ears in Xbox party chat.
I came into the group late.
It's okay, Logan.
I know
you
Ben
came late.
That's more than anyone. Like I've known Ben longer than anyone else, which is so weird to think about.
Well, I know Clay first, if you know who that guy is. He's like the original lore guy, is Clay.
Clay, if the Civil War happened and the country turned into like a warlord society, he would definitely be the guy bringing people together.
Yeah.
Because he's consistently done that throughout all the times I've known him as well.
Like, honestly, it's a mix of Clay and Cody the entire time, gluing like this whole group together, I feel, on my side.
They're the uniters. Yeah, they're the uniters, and they have like a group of loyalists that follows them around. That's my opinion on that.
Oh.
It's actually kind of impressive how long everybody in the server over there knows each other.
Yeah. I've known Patrick since fucking kindergarten. I don't know if either of you guys knew that, but literally since kindergarten, I remember we were just sitting down and I was like, hey man, do you like Pokemon? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what's your favorite Pokemon? And he said some Pokemon and he was like, what's yours? And I was like, Charizard. Ever since then, we were just best fucking friends.
Did he flame you for being a basic bitch?
No, actually no, because I don't even know if like 3rd gen was out yet. It might have just came out. It was like kindergarten 2005. So I'm not a Pokemon historian, but there was not as many Pokemon as there is now.
Modern Pokemon fucking suck now.
I have hidden lore with Cody. Apparently, I knew about Cody being in. You remember Vacuum Clock? We would like get mad about that guy all the time because he would just bully me.
Yeah, Cody. When I'd go to Cody's cigarette den to hang out, he would tell me about Vacuum Clock.
Yeah, that guy bullied me every single day that Grand Theft Auto was out.
Should we kill him?
No, he's in my state. He's in my state.
Bro, he's on your front porch right now. You gotta go to the door and get his ass.
Guys, there's someone knocking at my door.
But yeah, him and Vacuum Clock were in a party in like December 2013. And that's the first time I met Cody, technically. He was not even GTA Dude 98. He was a different account name completely.
GTA Dude 99.
Yeah, I have the hidden 99 account lore in there too. It's kind of wild.
That is kind of wild.
So Logan, your profession is that of a you work in the penal system.
I work in the penis system.
Nice.
Oh, Ronnie, get a load of this guy, man. That boy work in the motherfucking penal system, man.
What the hell's wrong with this guy? He just likes touching dick all day.
What do you mean you work with wieners? Really?
that boy work in the penal system. That shit gay, dog.
All he does is buy hot dogs every day. He doesn't do nothing else. He just buys hot
dogs. God. Jesus Christ.
I wanted to know if you'd want to tell any like funny fucking watching the dogs stories, if you know what I mean.
Man,
or anything insane, like maybe some shit where you like came into work and like they're like, yeah, this guy he's masturbated like 29 times and the entire fucking cell is caked with fucking cum. Like, I mean, like you just come in and you're like, dude, fuck this job.
I guess,
or anything like that.
Oh no. So if anything like that happens, I don't have to deal with it. I'm just there for security. Like if like someone like throws up or like dies, like bleeds out, or like does they come all over the walls. We make an inmate clean that shit up. It's like, dude, first of all, it's free labor. Second of all, like, you're in prison. You have to do what I tell you. So
I hate to interrupt, but I just remembered that Asmongold, he had bloody gums, and he would wipe his gums on his fingers and wipe it against his wall.
That sounds like an Asmongold kind of thing to do.
No, that is like, I knew he lived in squalor. I didn't realize that how much he like contributed to the squalor he lived in. Like, I knew he'd just throw trash anywhere he wanted, but like wiping gum blood on the walls.
Yeah.
That is like schizo shit.
I mean, how are your gums that bad?
Well, it's Asmongold. He probably just eats fast food every day, and his mouth deteriorated.
And his $5 steak.
Yeah, his $5 steak.
I did make the $5 steak recipe one time, and I gotta say, not bad. For having lemon pepper on a steak, which is fucked. You shouldn't do that. If you put lemon pepper on a steak, there's a special spot for you in hell. However, not bad for like some strip steaks.
Yeah,
can't beat it.
I mean, strip steak, that's not even a real steak.
All right,
like,
sorry, Logan. Back to your story.
So I guess the most recent thing that happened was,
system.
I get to work, and they're like bringing these two dudes out in handcuffs, like taking them to the hole. And I'm like, hey, yo, what's going on? And someone just went, oh, they were fucking in the shower. I went, oh, word?
Neat.
Oh, word? They were? Okay.
That's awesome. That's so random.
So when you're in prison, you lose like a ton of your rights, obviously. And one of those is like prisoners cannot legally consent to anything.
Ooh.
Which is why like when we take them to the hospital, we have to sign all their documents for them because they cannot actually sign them themselves. And if inmates have any sexual contact with each other, it's rape.
Whether it's consensual or not, it's rape.
If they can say it's consensual up and down, but the fact is that it's
legally
not.
It doesn't matter.
Can't consent. So
good to know.
I didn't know this either, and I had never really thought about it. But they can't vote, which, say what you will about that, I think it's a little weird that they can't vote.
Yeah, that is fucked.
Like, it's like, some of them are in there for life, and I would understand it if those guys couldn't vote. But it's like, some of those guys are only in there for like 5 or 6 years.
Well, and there's really no reason to not let them vote. Like, I'd love for somebody to tell me a reason for them not to vote. Like, oh, he committed first-degree murder. He shouldn't have the vote. Like, oh, so he's going to vote for the candidate that makes it so first-degree murder is legal. Like, no candidate is running on that fucking prospect.
Right. Kanye, where do you go, man? Kanye,
actually, that's probably why, because they knew all Kanye West.
That's fucking hilarious. But no, it's like, these guys are getting out eventually, So it's like, they're coming out into a world that they didn't have any, like, influence over. Not that your vote fucking matters anyways, because it's all rigged all the time.
It's all electoral college. They just go, oh yeah, can you?
I want to clarify. I have thought that elections were rigged even before the Donald Trump Joe Biden shit. Okay, I'm not one of those. There's with a system as corrupt as ours. And the size of it, you bet your fucking ass they can make it look like we got a different outcome than we actually did.
Yeah.
Like, there's no shot that doesn't happen. Like,
like in 2016, Donald Trump got elected not because he got the popular vote. It was because he won the Electoral College.
Right, which is also, again, that's some bullshit. That's still bullshit.
It's funny because Hillary was the more popular option still.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly.
After saying Pokemon go to the polls on Ellen.
Are you fucking shitting me?
There's that.
I don't know. What do we think, fellas? Is that worse than Skibbity Biden?
I don't know. It might
it's
be
on the same level.
Skibbity Biden kind of like shadow goated, Is it like the hidden goated phrase?
I think if you say it enough times, it'll be real.
Like I talked about this on the literally the last episode. The Skibbity Biden thing is nothing compared to the fact that prior to doing that on Colbert's show, they fucking brought up like
2006 memes.
Yeah, like they brought up 2006 memes. They showed a lolcats meme and they showed an Irma Gerd meme before Skibbity Biden. And I said this on the show. I was in the parking lot at work and I had to fucking just scream.
Please
I had
do
to
not
scream.
redo the scream. I remember so nicely the scream you had.
Yeah, so like Skibbity Biden realistically is not that bad compared to the other shit they brought up before that. And it was in the context of the Biden administration wanting to hire like somebody to run a meme page for them. And if that's the type of shit they want me to, like, they'd want a meme page admin to pump out, give me the job. It's $80,000 a year. Give me the fucking job. I make 30-something grand a year.
Right?
80 grand would be the be-all end-all for me.
I'll post whatever you want. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Commander-in-Chief, sir.
I will post
whatever they want.
XQC clips with Biden in them. I swear.
80 grand is enough for me to set my morals and my principles aside. You know, it's like whatever. Yes, sir. I hate Republicans. Whatever. Yep, guns are bad. Oh, maybe not that one.
I'm not going to mention the company I interviewed for on Tuesday.
Was it another Indian guy?
It was not, but
you're terrible and your resume is trash. Your resume is really gay and I don't like it. You are garbage.
Exactly.
Hey, do you guys want to talk about how awful India is?
Well, I was gonna.
I
was gonna bring up this thing from Tuesday. I'm not gonna say the company name. But they were like, "Oh, for you to start, you need to pay us $5,000."
What the fuck?
That is the most Indian shit I've ever fucking heard.
What's worse about it is that there was no Indian man involved. It was a white man asking us to do this. And it was a crowd of like 70 applicants, and he was like blatantly stealing $5,000 from them per person.
What was the job? Let me ask that, because
I don't want to say
some sort of reason to justify this.
I will not say it exactly what it would be.
Why?
But I will say half of it.
Okay.
It was something to do with insurance.
It wasn't like a door-to-door fucking like telemarketer bullshit.
It was all digital. Right? But
so it is telemarketer scheme bullshit. That is beyond fucked. That is so disgusting.
I'm only saying about half of what I can actually say about it, so they don't come after me.
Did you have to sign an NDA?
No, I just don't want them to get all pissy that I even brought it up.
Yeah,
in case
don't
they look
drop
at it.
the name. You can drop what they're doing. Just don't mention the name.
Well, it was life insurance.
Even worse.
And you had to pay $5,000 for them to start you off and get you leads around the state.
That's ridiculous.
That is so fucked up. That is the most insurance company thing I've ever fucking heard.
And
Holy
if you
shit.
leave before 90 days, they keep your deposit.
What?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, so if you don't like the job, they just yoink your $5,000.
How is that even legal?
I don't know.
That can't be legal. I would have reported their asses to the BBB. Not that they fucking do anything, but oh my god.
Well, they're owned by like the third biggest health insurance company in general.
Oh, so they're untouchable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good
I
luck.
love corporate America so much.
That's why I was like, well, I don't want to do this one because if I give them $5,000, I have like no money, and two, I just don't like the idea of paying them and then not getting it back.
I just don't like the idea of paying them.
Yeah, pay to play for a job is ridiculous.
What kind of backwards fucking world is it where you go to a job and you pay your employer for the privilege of working there?
Yeah,
are you fucking kidding me?
That's so messed up. Can you imagine if McDonald's was like, "Hey, you got to pay us like $500 a month for us to."
I was just about to bring that up. So I think the audacity that some of these fucking companies have is ridiculous when considering that most McDonald's establishments now pay like $15 an hour.
True.
Like, I I'd applied a while back for a gun store that was like it's like a smaller chain. It's called like Midwest Shooting Center or something, and they were talking to me about because like I'm really into guns. You know,
Yeah.
I know a lot of them, and I think I'd be a really great gun salesman because like I sell my fucking friends on shit I think they should buy, and you'll find that when people take my advice, they end up buying really good guns.
This is true. This is absolutely
Yeah.
true.
Fucking Cody is not one of these examples.
That's just Cody.
Who did I
I've
talk
given him gun recommendations that he is not taken up on, but hey,
Yeah, he bought that
it
fucking
is what
high-powered
it
clone.
is.
But yeah, either way. So I interviewed this place, and they're like, so we really like to focus on selling range memberships, right? So they basically laid it out, and they're like, our business plan is we prioritize memberships, then we prioritize range time, then we prioritize gun sales. And I will say that's not like a terrible business strategy because as far as gun sales go, the revenue margins are actually very slim. You only make like 15 to 20% per gun sale. Like there's just
And on top of that, there's a lot of people who'd rather go to a mom and pop gun shop to buy a gun rather than like a chain like say like Range USA, for example. I feel much better buying from my brother-in-law's gun store than I do through Range USA. And I probably will never buy a gun through Range USA or, whatever national chain gun shops there are.
Yeah, and I feel like for people that don't have like the amount of gun knowledge that I have, and I'm not saying that to be like vindictive or anything, I know a fuck ton about guns. I really do.
No more than
like
I
my
do.
main hobby. So I feel like for people that aren't as educated on it, like the mom and pop shops are the way to go because they're not going to lie to you. You know, they don't.
And they're looking for people who like know what the fuck they're talking about too. They don't want to hire Joe Dickhead and have him come in and be like, "Yeah, no, you could buy a Diamondback DB15 and it's gonna be the same as the Daniel Defense." No, it's not.
This gun is called the AN-97, and it's just like the AK-67. I swear.
Yeah, no, the reason that the Colt Python is $3,500 is because it's just like so much better, like crafted than any other revolver.
Do you see gun skins in CS:GO? It's like that with how our finishes are on our guns.
But no, so like these mom and pop shops don't have to get rid of the overstock of whatever shitty fucking gun they bought, so they're not gonna lie to you and tell you, yeah, you should buy this because like it's great. Anytime a big gun store tells you should buy this, it means that they have too much of it and they need to sell it.
Well, that's with any place anywhere. Like I could go to Costco and they could be oh my god, these fucking sunflower seeds, they're so expensive. Oh my god, and I start freaking out about it, and they go, oh, we're gonna give you a sale, but the sale is like 2 for almost double the price anyway.
Well, it's not even that. Like I mean, when you buy sunflower seeds, you're not getting you can buy a bunch of different brands of sunflower seeds and the quality isn't going to differ very much.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a High Point versus a Sig Sauer pistol, there's a gigantic difference in quality. Like,
yeah, you don't have to worry about sunflower seeds like blowing up in your face.
That is true.
After 400 rounds through the sunflower seeds.
Isn't that what happened to FPS Russia? Didn't he retire because of that?
He retired for a lot of other reasons.
Which now
it was that, and there was also there's the murder allegations against him that a lot of people have seen too.
Wow,
yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, he had a partner that he did like that would help him source his guns for the videos. And that guy was found dead with a gunshot through the back of his head and execution style.
Yeah.
And
damn.
The crime scene was very tame, like there was no struggle or anything. So a lot of people either assume FPS Russia himself did it, or it was maybe some cartel connections or something ridiculous like that. But that was another reason that FPS Russia stopped doing what he did.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, there's whole ass videos on that case. They're very easy to look up.
Yeah. Well, getting back to my story here.
Yeah.
So I applied to this gun store, and they were like, "Hey, yeah, no problem. We'd love to have you. You know, you're smart about guns, whatever, blah blah blah." They're like, "Base pay is $12 an hour." I went,
Ooh.
"Huh?"
Ooh.
I don't know. You get commission though. I was like, "Okay, cool. You get commission for memberships,
Uh-oh.
not for the gun sales."
Oh, that's.
I was
fucked.
like, do you understand that the average person is not going to be spending $150 a month on a fucking membership to your
Yeah.
That's
shitty
how
little
much
gun
the
club?
It's like
membership
getting
was?
the Bass Pro
How much
Shop
can be?
membership.
I think like the base membership price was like $50 or $60, which is still not. And the commission was only 10%.
Ooh.
You get 10% of the sale.
The Bass Pro Shop membership, I think, was like $60 a month. And I was like, how often do I go to Bass Pro Shop? Like once every 4 months?
Yeah. I will never understand paying money to go spend money. It's like you're not really saving anything.
Yeah. This was this week's podcast, number 21. Today we had my friend Shane as one of our hosts, myself,
Co-host, baby.
and our special guest, Logan. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, have a good one. You can find us on Spotify. Obviously, we're on YouTube if you're watching it on YouTube. It's kind of the platform we focus on more. But yeah, if you like the show, leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what we can do better on, and we appreciate your viewership.
Yeah, tell us what we could do worse too. Just
Yeah, tell us what we can fuck up.
as we need like the balance. We need some dichotomy here. So just tell us what we're doing good so we can fuck it up and disappoint you next time.
And I'll do a Markiplier bye-bye to cut it off.
Bye-bye!
Everyone knows that you can.